Paulson. I'm so sorry. You know what, Andrew? This isn't some broken window or a dent in the car that we fixed. You just stay away from us. You leave us alone. You have done enough.
Hey everyone, I'm Detective Sorensen. Thank you for coming over. This won't take too long. How are you feeling?
Like, my whole insides are bruised. It could be a lot worse. I mean,
I understand. Are you sure you want to talk now? We can wait if you want.
no, it's okay. Let's just get it over with.
I show that your name is Emily Wood. You reside at 2113 Fairway Drive, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
I want you to recall the events of the evening of the 25th of November from the time you were picked up at your house.
Well, we were double dating. Chris and I with Stacy and Andrew.
That would be Christopher Locken, Stacy Carlson, Andrew Conrad.
Yeah. We were gonna see a movie at the Star Cinema.
What movie did you see?
The new Marvel movie.
I want to go back. Were you the last one to be picked up?
Yes.
How was everyone acting? Did you notice anything strange behavior or anyone acting out of sorts?
No, not really. Chris and Andrew were horsing around as usual, and Stacey was laughing and having fun. Officer, do you mean like was anyone drinking or high? Really, we aren't, or weren't that type of people.
Go on. So you went to the movies and then what?
Well, after the movies, we went to Perkins. That's where a bunch of us from school hang out. We had some desserts and coffee, and that's when Brad stopped by. Brad Mitchell. He said that there was a great party going on at Maria Paulson's place, and that there was music and going to be over 60 kids there if we wanted to stop by.
So how did you know this Brad and Maria?
Well, Brad we all knew from theater, and Maria we knew of her, but didn't really know her that well. Just well enough to say hi and all, but that was it.
So you then went to the party?
Well, not right away. Stacy and I weren't that hot on the idea, but Chris and Andrew thought it would be fun. Besides, it'd be going home, so we drove around for a while and then ended up at the party.
Okay, so now you're at the party. That was Maria Goodman on 3542 Crescent Place, correct?
Yeah. It really wasn't our kind of party. There was a lot of drinking, and some people were smoking pot in the backyard. The music was really loud and hard rock.
If it wasn't your kind of party, why didn't you just leave?
Well, we were going to, but Chris disappeared. showed up with 4 glasses of what they call swamp water.
Swamp water. What was in it?
Everything. What anyone brought to the party, they dumped in this kiddie pool. Coke, beer, wine, Red Bull, Mountain Dew, vodka, anything you can think of. It looked really gross, but it tasted kind of good, like sweet carbonated. And we all agreed that we'd have 1 glass and leave. But I think Chris had a couple more than 1 glass. He was acting really loud and trying to be more funny than usual.
Did you leave after that 1 glass?
Yeah, it was too loud and full of smoke.
And who was driving?
And
Where was everyone else sitting?
Stacy was in the front on the passenger seat, right next to Andrew, and I was in the back on the passenger side, and Chris was next to me on the driver's side.
Were you all wearing your seatbelts?
At that time we were. Chris was laughing and telling Andrew to head out to N and do the roller coaster.
I guess you'll have to explain what you mean by the roller coaster.
Well, Highway N has a series of small hills on each side of the large one, and if you go fast enough, it can tickle your stomach, like, when you're on a roller coaster. And sometimes it can get the car airborne, but I mean, everyone's done it.
So you proceeded to Highway N to do the roller coaster. What happened next?
Well, we were laughing and we were playing a Styx CD, and Chris and Andrew were doing their Mr. Roboto impersonation. It's really funny. But we were just having fun.
So you did the roller coaster the first time, then what followed?
Well, we all agreed to do it again, so we turned the car around to go back at it again, and
So this time you're heading back to Workstown?
sure, the roller coaster works both ways. It was then, I think, that Stacy said that she was tired of the sticks and that she wanted something different. So she unbuckled her seatbelt to reach back and grab one on the floor.
Had Andrew seen that she was out of her seatbelt?
I don't think so. He was backing up the car to turn around, and then he floored the car. And we were all still laughing when we went over the first hill. As we went over the second one, I think Stacy must have bumped into Andrew, because all I heard was Andrew scream shit. And we were all still laughing when we went over, when the car started to swerve and gravel started hitting the side of the car. I heard a crack and then screaming, and then I bumped my head against the side of the car door or something, and I heard more screaming and then silence, and I must have been knocked out.
What was the next thing you remember?
I felt someone dragging me. I opened my eyes and it was Andrew. Chris was sitting on the side of the hill. His arm was broken. Andrew was bleeding from the nose. It was gushing out. It was really gross. And he set me down on the hill, and he went back to get Stacy, and he carried her up on the hill, and she was so white and limp, and I heard sirens, and I saw some flashing lights, and I must have passed out again because the next thing I remember is being in the hospital and my mom holding my hand.
Do you remember anyone saying anything on the hill before help arrived?
I don't think so. Wait, Andrew, I think when he first sat down, he said something like, "Not now, Lord, not now." He was sobbing, so I can't be sure. Officer, we were just having fun. We were laughing. And then in a moment, everything changes. My best friend is dead. Even saying the words seems so strange. How do I face her parents? How do I deal with the guilt of knowing that I was part of taking my best friend's life?
Emily, you'll get through this. You have a lot of people that care about you. And you'll face the Carlsons when it is time. I know that's cliche, but time does help.
I don't know. What's gonna happen to Andrew?
That's going to be up to the district attorney.
He's not going to jail, is he?
I can't say. There's a lot of investigating still to be done before any decision regarding charges.
It was an accident. We didn't mean for this to happen. If only we